Welcome, everyone. This is episode 3 of Under the Hood with me, Heather Cooper, and my co host, Miguel, aka AP, Angry Penguin, and he has his penguin hat on. Hey, what's up?
How's it going? Yeah, I got the penguin hat by popular demand. Had a bit with the Twitter persona.
If anyone wasn't sure who he was, but here we go. Today, we want to talk about Claude. Claude has some pretty interesting features already with Claude 3.5 Sonnet. It's pretty amazing. So I built a couple of apps on there and we wanted to walk you through the process of that and how you can make your own. There's a lot of different ways you can use this flashcard generators, study guides, interactive study guides. You can have it visualize things right there, and it'll be inside of the area while you're working on that. You can see for the preview. So I will give you a shot here so you can see that. And it just opens up a lot of different opportunities.
Yeah, traditionally, like in the past, we have been using ChatGPT to assist with programming and such, but Claude just has a way better understanding of libraries like JavaScript, React, how they should be functioning and how they look, like how they can come together to create a beautiful user interface and user experience. And honestly, it's pretty breathtaking where we're at right now. And I'm going to show you the capabilities of what it can do. So we have the custom prompt right here. We're going to be creating interactive flashcards about ancient Egypt. So the system prompt that we have is using artifacts and code, which is going to trigger the artifacts interface to go and run and create the mini application for us. So we go using artifacts and code, comma, can you, and then you would put in what you want the application or what you want Claude to do. So in this case, create an interactive flashcards application about ancient Egypt. And you just hit the orange button there and it'll go off.
And it really helps to have like we've found out the hard way of how to add that using artifacts and code, because artifacts, it creates separate documents that you can open up separately or download, and it also opens it, starts creating that, building that for you within the code editor. So right now it's
Looks like it had
telling
an
me right
error,
now
but
that it
that's
has
your library.
unsupported libraries or icons detected, and that's fine. Let's just say, can you please correct it? So I'm asking it to please correct the code so we can preview it in here with artifacts. So it's generating a slightly different React layout. There we go. So don't be discouraged if you see that it's not giving you what you want. You can just keep going back and forth with it.
Yeah, so using the chat interface, you can just ask it to fix itself or plop in the system error that it's giving you. And usually, most of the time, it will fix itself. And like we see right here, now we have this awesome ancient Egypt flashcard generator.
It's so
And
cool.
so, yeah, we can be like, who's the sun god in ancient Egyptian mythology? Should be Ra. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. And sometimes that. So let's go. And you can even flip it back. So you can flip the forward and the front of the card and the back of the card. Let's do another one. What is the name of ancient Egyptian writing system? You can flip it to see the answer. I'm thinking I'm going to ask it to give us multiple choice. Change it.
Yeah, you can already see how this is going to be like super useful once school starts again. You have your kids and you want
Yes.
to create like little mini quizzes for them. You just spin it up, have them play with it on their iPad or whatever. It's pretty insane.
And at least it gives you a starting point, right? So you don't have to rely on that information. Only you can go look it up. But still, it gives you like, yeah, for any age, even in college, or if you're learning something as an adult. Who is a sun god? I'm going to put the wrong answer just to see. Okay, so it's giving us incorrect. What's the name of ancient Egyptian writing system? Hieroglyphs. Next. And so some things might be a little bit different. So how about you can customize it further? Can you make it represent? And you can keep customizing it as you feel, like whatever your preferences are. And the best part about all this is that you can share this. You don't have to just keep it here. You can actually publish it, and you can share it with other people where they click on that link. So there we have it.
That's
Different
actually
colors.
insane.
Yeah, right. It's like just that fast, like literally with a simple question, text prompt, you can do that. So who's the sun god in ancient Egyptian mythology? We'll do Ra. Next, the name of ancient Egyptian writing system. I'll say runes. No, that's Vikings. Unite Upper Lower Asia. Oh, wrong one there. I did not know that anyway. But yeah, so we have this, right? Okay. So let's try to see what happens when we publish this. Or you want to make any more changes,
No, let's go
Miguel?
ahead and publish it. Let's go ahead and
Let's
publish
see
it.
what happens. And then I'll share it and see if he can actually use it. Plus, you can copy this to the clipboard. You can download this to a file. You can
Yeah, and then if you
also,
go up to the top right, you can see the code right there. If you just flip that over and you see all the code that's right in there. So if you want to take this, deploy it yourself into Replit, package it up, put it in a Vercel, which is a little technical. If not, you can just publish it directly within Artifacts itself. So yeah, if you want
right.
to go ahead and
So you
hit
basically let me
publish.
scroll over for that. Publish. Okay. So once you publish, it'll make it accessible to anyone on the internet. Your chat will remain private. And that's really good to remember there. You don't have to worry about how you built it and the conversation that you had before it generated this for you. It will be private. You're only going to see the actual published version, the front facing version. Make sure you don't have any personal or confidential information. Think about that as before you hit publish. Do not, have your personal whatever in there, anything you don't want people to know.
Yeah, no API keys, no personal information. Just keep it pretty simple.
So yes, link copied. Let me send that over to you. And I'm chatting this over. So now let's go out. And you can also, a great thing about it is go back and unpublish it. Once it's unpublished, it can't be republished though. So you'll have to create a new artifact. But then again, you saw how fast it created that artifact. So, it's not once you put it out there, that's not the end of everything. You can continue going. So this
Yeah,
is
so if you
published.
grab that copy link and then you can just paste it into a new tab, you can
Let
see
me see
what
if
it
I
looks
click on
like
that.
when if you go to copy
You
link.
can click on this just to see here. You see where now there's an extra button here instead of saying where it says it's blue with a check mark saying that it is published. So that's how you know if you need to go back and get that link. Don't worry about it. If you close the screen, shit, it's different
If
tab
you go to a new
here.
tab, just swap it in there. You'll get this message. You're viewing a user-generated artifact, user-generated experience like online games, such and such. You can just show content.
I'll just tab. So now we
And
have
there
the
you
whole
go. You
screen.
got your ancient Egypt quiz. You can share to your
And
friends, you can share to your students, you can share to your kids, for yourself, right? And it's fully functional.
okay.
It's
And
actually insane.
And also now you can report it, of course, if it's something that's really inappropriate. You can remix it too. Takes it into a new chat and evolve it with your own unique spin. I will go ahead and this is saying that if you want to remix it, you do have to have a Claude account. And this is with the free account. It doesn't have to be a professional plan. Everything we're doing so far. And now I opened it up as if I don't have as if I'm seeing this for the first time. And it's building it again.
Yeah, here it's suggesting some feedback on what you can do to
Oh,
remix it and all that sort of thing. So you can like remix existing artifacts. What I think is really cool though is it can go beyond these simple interfaces, right? So we have another prompt here. Can you create an interactive prompt generator for Runway's video editor? So we're gonna just show you what that can do right now.
okay. So yeah, we had this one we built, and the important part, remember, using artifacts and code. We want to put that in there. We found that that works so that you can see the preview. Otherwise, it might produce a text only type of visualization, even though it doesn't seem like a visualization. So let's do this here, and now it is. Let's see
So
what
we're
it
gonna have it
creates.
create a style, camera shot, and other related items that would be used in sort of a video generator application. And we're gonna have it hallucinate, figure out what that should be, and we'll see what it looks like. You can see it's generating the code there on the right. And now we have our
So it
prompt
has
generator.
that. So select the style, futuristic, camera shot. We have all close up, medium shot, wide shot, aerial view, POV. Let's do aerial view, lighting choices, dramatic. Why not? Let's do side samurai action.
Cutting down a tree, how about that?
We'll see if we get kicked out with that cutting. of
Oh
for
yeah.
the let's see. Oh.
And then now we have the
So
generated prompt. Futuristic style video, but the aerial view is samurai cutting down a tree.
all right. So just for fun, should I throw it into
Yeah,
Runway?
let's pop it in the Gen 3. So using artifacts, right, we can generate tools that can be used hand in hand with the very powerful AI models, where typically you have this experience where you're like, how do I like do a prompt, right? I know this is also like a big thing with the music generator applications, right? Now we can create that own resource for us. Typically there's like prompts shared out that are PDFs that you look at, and you can just build your own application for yourself, right? Or share with your friends. So let's go ahead and see what it looks like here with this. Yeah, let's get rid of that cutting,
Yeah,
chopping
yeah.
down.
Because yeah, Runway does like to um kick my stuff back sometime for the okay. See. All right. Well, now we see what happens. A cyber samurai sitting under a tree.
Yeah, let's just say it under a tree.
Okay, so it looks like it's working. I'm gonna do a couple at a time. And so yeah, we have all these options. And so you can imagine it doesn't have to be for videos. You could do this for just about anything. And you can also to learn something that you just if you were learning a new topic about something that would be within Claude's knowledge base, right? So in the Claude's knowledge base is pretty recent, right? I think it's until the end of 2023, if not the beginning of 2024.
I'm not sure the exact cutoff of Claude's training data, but it seems to have a pretty good understanding of most topics. And if it doesn't, you can always supplement it with your own PDF of the information that you're trying to inject and have Claude understand, right?
Yes.
Using the attached files feature.
Right, and you don't need to have a professional plan for that either. You can drop it right into the chat. But I don't know what the message limits are, so you want to watch if it's a lot of tokens, a lot of characters. You don't want to drop like a 50-page PDF in there, or you don't want to copy and paste it. I've done that before, like dropped in the transcript, the text of it, and I end up hitting a message limit that day. So you just think about what you're putting in there if you're using the free plan. If you're using a professional plan, you have more freedom, but still you might run into a little bit of a issue with that. So just things to keep in mind, but just it's kind of like just be creative and in the way that you think about how can I use this.
Yeah, I think that's like the biggest thing with Claude right now. Oh, we have our video. Let's go ahead and check that
Yeah,
out.
we got that. All right. So let me put this in.
He's not quite sitting under the tree, maybe
Yeah, he's
standing
not.
under the tree, but it's still a pretty sweet video,
It did
I will
give
say.
us a futuristic. It's futuristic. It's aerial, sort of, but no, it's not aerial view, but whatever.
I mean, you can give a stereo view.
So it's not bad, right? So let me go to this.
Check out
Oh,
that
that's
other one.
pretty cool.
Okay. It quite
So,
didn't get the
ooh,
samurai though, but it is
no, it didn't. It did
interesting
not get
style.
them, but this is pretty cool though. I do like. Say we wanted to add different things to this feature because it gives you a starting point. You don't have to use that particular one. Maybe we could ask it to give us 3 answers for each one, or maybe change the color or add something different.
Yeah, maybe like we can ask it 3 variations with that, with these settings. Three prompt variations.
So you're just basically live coding. Um, and also, if you're learning how to code or if you're interested in it, you can kind of go back and see. It's great that you see it because you have your code editor right here too, and you can go in and see how it's structuring that code, and it's pretty fun to kind of just go back and if you're wondering how does React work, maybe you know Python or a different language that doesn't use that, but you can kind of do things like that just to learn how it's put together. So let's do animated camera shot, medium shot, lighting.
Yeah, like this is amazing for me. Like I primarily know Python and I don't know like any front end. And so having this is just like
Oh
it's
yeah,
kind of
because
crazy
I
that this thing.
um a cute panda and at the beach. I like how it separates it out. let's say generate prompts. Oh, that fast too. So we have
How we
three
got three
different,
jet three variations. Yeah.
so cool. And animated video, cute pandas each. I get excited to see that many options. So I'll put this in here just so we can see what happens, but also go back and look at the code for a second while we are waiting for these to generate. So again, like we were saying, now I learned JavaScript, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So looking at this and seeing how you can pay attention to how this page is structured and how for this is a React app, so it's going to import all that stuff. Then you have your functions here so that you can go ahead and it's telling it for each category what to do, and it's using the different states within React to do that. So you have your constant styles and camera shops, lighting options. And this is all for people who are learning to code if you want to. If you're learning how to code right now, use this to help. Maybe you might be stuck on something. And I think this is great to show how you can use different components, the cards, and how you can section your entire app. I mean, this is really just amazing. It's even showing you the button on click and how this is going to work, where the text is going to show up between these brackets here on the button. And it's just, I love this because it's so helpful. It's really bringing things for a wider audience, and it's making it so people who might not have had a chance, you don't have the cash to go to some course where you're paying money to learn. You can learn, and you can even do things like have it teach you, create flashcards and learning games to learn how to code. Make your own
Yeah. And again,
tutorial.
you can publish them, share out to your friends. It's like really insane. So we'll go ahead and drop the links to the applications that we have here so you can play with them, remix them, have fun with them. And this is to kind of wrap it up, the video of the panda right here. Let's see if he gets it.
Make it bigger. Oh, how
There we go.
he doesn't have
He's kind of
arms.
missing some arms, but
Yeah, but we
he's
got
covering his
there you
seashell.
go. How cute is that? Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah,
So
very
yeah,
cool,
that's
very cool.
Claude Artifacts. Extremely
And
powerful tool. If you want to get started, taking your ideas and bringing them to life so other people can use them. Extremely powerful for that. It honestly, it's amazing. It's really amazing.
we have this stuff available to us, so please, take advantage of it, use it, and let's see what happens. I'm going to publish this one now so that we make sure we have it and you make sure you see again. I'm going to copy that link, and everybody, thanks for joining us. So right now, what I'm going to do is we created this particular ancient Egypt quiz with Claude using artifacts so that we can see the preview, and we published it so that you can deploy that or have that out for other people to use with the link, the URL for this particular page. So just to show you quickly how it works, it's ancient Egypt quiz. It has a few questions. Who is the sun god in ancient Egyptian mythology? Ra. Let's click next. And what is the name of the ancient Egyptian writing system? I'm going to pick Sanskrit. That's the incorrect answer. And it tells you it's incorrect. The correct answer is hieroglyphs. So what you can do is you can click remix this artifact. The visual app that you're seeing, Claude created this with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React. I already hit remix, and anybody can do this. You don't have to have a professional account or anything like that. You do have to have a Claude account if you want to remix it, but anybody should be able to play this. So I'm going to go back to this page here, and this is how you remix it. And this already has it pulled up. Once you go in, I didn't have to do anything at all. First to show you, here's the code right here if you want to look at the full code. And this is the artifact open up so that you can see this review screen, it's a preview screen. So just to show it's easier, it gives you ideas, suggestions for different ways you can remix the artifact. So one was add a scoring system. So you could have a score tracker that increments when the user answers correctly. Add this particular feature to the code, handle answer select function. Or you could implement a timer to put a countdown every time somebody goes through these quiz questions, and it's telling you the code that it would use, that use effect hook. Then you could also create a multi-theme quiz. Instead of focusing solely on ancient Egypt, we could expand the quiz to cover multiple historical periods or civilizations. And then restructure the code with flashcards data array to include the categories and adding a category selection screen before starting. I'm going to say, tell Claude, you know what? Yes, let's go ahead and please do number 3. So right now, Claude's thinking, and it's going to add in more themes. So already it's starting this code. It's adding those things in. You can see these are the different ancient Rome, the different categories that it'll have for different time periods and areas during history. It's not huge, but it's just something where that fast you have a code, you have a full app built. So historical theme, and it also tells you step by step what it did to get to that point. So it's multi-theme quiz. It has key changes that it lists, and it restructured the flashcards data. It has the themes with keys. Each one has an array of questions. Added a theme selection. Oh, so we can pick which theme we want for the entire quiz. It keeps track of the current theme. That's adding that into the code so that it knows what to do. Add it back to themes button if you want to switch themes. And it adjusts the component name, change from ancient Egypt flashcard to history flashcards. The whole program has been changed now. So it will say, do you want to remix this any further? I'll say, please add shadowing and glass morphism effects to the UI. Just want to see what'll happen. And I also like visual stuff. So I just want to make it look a little bit fancier because to me it's kind of flat and boring, but we'll see what happens. Sometimes they run into an issue where the code does not match what is available that can be, it's not supported by Claude. So it's just should just be adding a little bit of like what the front end of this would look like and the appearance. I got it. I like it. So only thing is, this is pretty bright. And it's telling me exactly what it did again. So if you want to go back through and change anything with the code, you can see where the gradient background is added for a more vibrant look. And we can go into the code and see functions here. And this is where you're going to see some of the code. So it has the background, it has the glass morphism style, and it's a selected theme, and it will probably change with different colors depending on which one that I select. And it's just showing you here, if you want to look at the divs for that particular section, it'll tell you which one. And it's also showing you the map function and different things and what to do when it's a different answer or if it's incorrect, which is the button on click function here. And it's telling you how that will change what the screen looks like. It's added a lot more stuff. I'm just going to say, you know what, that light color is pretty light and it might not be enough contrast for some people to be able to see. The color contrast appropriate. You don't want people not to be able to read, and it's following the guidelines for accessibility now, the accessibility standards, to make sure that there's appropriate level of contrast so that you can see the letters, the text on the background. You don't want to strain people's eyes or just make it people with low vision or even different types of conditions where it might be difficult for them to just, make those characters out to be able to understand that. There we go. That's much better. And again, it will tell you that. So if you're interested in learning how to make accessible content, that you can follow different guidelines and things like that, this is helpful for that. And this is also the code here that's contained there where you can open that up if you're not in the preview already. Change the background, change the text colors, change the opacity of the glass morphism so that it's not so clear, it's more solid. Button states, the hover states are helpful. Let's see what happens when you change that. Let me see. Osiris, who was a sun god in ancient Egyptian mythology? Ra. Next. I'll say hieroglyphs. Let's just go through a little bit. And it's also changing the color of the button too when I hit that. I'm going to go back to themes. Let's go to ancient Greece. the same colors. It's not bad. So just so you can see, what we're going to do now is I'm going to publish this one. So I'm going to hit publish. Then you can go through. You're accepting that if you publish this artifact, it will make it accessible to anyone on the internet, but your chat, all the conversation I had building up to this point, will remain private. So make sure you understand that and make sure you don't have private information on there. So I'm publishing it. Now, if you copy the link, it will open up in a different, anyone can use that link. But just so you know, once it's unpublished, if you decide to go back and change it to unpublish it, it can't be republished again. You're going to have to recreate a new artifact, but it does not take long. So let's test this out. I'll go to a different window and I'm viewing it as a user generated artifact. And here we go. So it changes the layout. It's a little bit bigger. Let's go to ancient Rome. Who was the first emperor of Rome? Was it Julius? Augustus. Okay, my mind's fried. Let's do a couple more. What was the main language of the Roman Empire? Latin. Which famous road connected Rome to Brindisi? Let's try Appia. Oh, okay, I do know a little history. Who led the slave revolt? That was Spartacus. So then we go back. So things we could do if you want to remix it and add more, you can remix it yourself or somebody else can remix it and make it their own. So I'll include this link also, but hopefully it helps you understand how you can create something or use someone else's artifact that has been published and create whatever you want. It's free, but you do have to have a Claude account, a subscription, but it doesn't have to be a paid subscription. There are other ways that you can use it where if you want to go in and make more changes, this is my runway prompt generator that we made for under the hood. You can do different things and change that within there, but also I've made a video prompt generator using one of my projects that I have within Claude. Now that requires a professional plan, but I had a lot of information and resources, documents, example prompts, guides, all those things in there already. And I pulled from that information in order to make that generator. You can do that to make apps. You can do it to study a topic. You can upload information, but you can also do that here. You can just drop something into Claude here using the upload document button here. You can put screenshots of things. It can read information that's on those screenshots, text. So just try different things and use it to help you learn or use it for entertainment. But it's a fun way to use Claude and the sky's the limit for whatever you want to make with it.